push it again. No, it's recorded. Save it.
Are you
Let's see
ready?
your pretty curls.
This is recording.
Come on, Nora, on Papa Wally. See you.
They want to see you play the piano.
We will have Sabin Peterson followed by Noel Hughes.
My name is Sabin Peterson, and I'm going to play Swan Lake and the Blue Dandelions. I want a pizza.
Hi, is it your birthday? You have a big balloon?
Yeah.
A big balloon.
Big balloon.
Yes. See that balloon?
Maya, you're going to sit right there, and you're going to go to that other thing first. Here, and
A present. Present. Open it. See what's inside.
Get it.
Ooh, what is it?
It's pretty.
It's a bubble maker. It makes bubbles.
That's for
Sit down, kids. Go sit down. Come sit over here. Maya.
Thank you, Maya.
Come sit. Sit over my lap. Sit down by Seda. You're
welcome, babe.
I thought we weren't.
What's the rice it?
Yeah, sit on that.
Rip it.
Lily, Lily, Lily. Come here, sit down. That's the Andrew's present. You gonna come sit up here? Sit up here. Oh, there it is. He's holding. Andrew, what's there? Holy cow! Who's that from?
Grammy and Happy.
What'd you get?
Whoa.
Thank you.
Look up.
Let me see it.
What is it?
Truck.
There's
other
cards inside.
Want me to put it on my hand? Let's see if I can put it on my hand.
Let me put it on my hand.
Oh, let's see. Help me, Andrew. Help me. Okay. Ooh, there they are.
You do mine?
Little monkeys. Hello.
Can you do
Hi,
mine?
little monkey sitting on the bed.
I'm happy.
Like this. Say fit. We have fit. Good. 10 bees. 10 bees.
All right.
Many ladybugs. Let's count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 35!
Lily's talking to him. What'd you say, Lily?
35!
Yeah.
Yay, book.
What's going on here? Let's see, Andrew. What do you have? What is that?
Oh boy. Hey, girls.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Maya, scoot out of the way, please.
Take his hat off. Take his hat off. Okay, do it again. Do it again.
Oh.
What's he doing?
Does that take AA batteries? I don't know. You better line it hard.
Let's see, Andrew. What is it?
Wow, that's great.
Boy.
You gonna take that to church and play with it?
Don't give him any ideas.
Does he think it's a gun?
I don't know.
He
No,
likes
it's a drill because I have the drill and he goes nuts over that.
One day he was going there and turned your drill on one time, but didn't have it.
Battery's gonna
Oh yeah, the battery's going down already.
You want raspberries?
I've rigged up this thing where I can just pour the oil into the computer like this. I've rigged up this thing where I can just pour the oil into the computer like this. I've rigged up this thing where I can just pour it into the computer like this. Well, then I guess we'll have to go to Plan B. Well, then I guess we'll have to go to Plan B. Okay, first we take some of the new and we put it in the blender, and then we take some of the old and put it in the blender, and then we turn. No, let's see. First we got to make sure we got. Make sure we got enough in there. Okay, and then we turn it on. First we take some of the new and we put it in the blender. And then we take some of the old and we put it in the blender. And then we make sure we get enough of it in there. And then we turn it on. First we take some of the new and we put it in the blender, and then we take some of the old and we put it in the blender, and then we make sure we get enough of the old in there, and then we turn it on. First I'll start over. Save tape.
My name is Sunny Stone, and I'm a counselor with Los Lunas School District. Several years ago, one of our students became.
Let's stop right.
My name is Sunny Stone, and I'm a counselor with Los Lunas Schools. Several years ago, one of our students became the victim of a terrible tragedy. The father shot and killed the mother of a young 7-year-old girl, then shot and killed himself. Although Livia did not witness the event, when she was faced with the reality of it, needless to say, she was devastated. By request, Nora Chatwin volunteered to mentor this young girl to help her through her loss. Nora conversed with her in her native language and showered her with love and affection and support. It even reached the point where Livia called Mrs. Chatwin at home so that she could gain more support. Recently, I saw Livia, and I was amazed at the young lady that she had become. Her first question to me was, had I seen Mrs. Chatwin and how was she? And how she remembered her with so much love. Livia said that she would never have made it through that dark time without Nora. Nora was a godsend to Livia and an answer to my prayers. My name is Sunny Stone. I'm a guidance counselor for the Los Lunas Schools. Several years ago, one of our students became the victim of a terrible tragedy. The father shot and killed the mother of a young 7-year-old girl, then shot and killed himself. Although Livia did not witness the event, when she was faced with the reality of it, she was of course devastated. Nora Chatwin, by request, volunteered to be Livia's mentor and to help her through this time of loss. Nora conversed with her in her native language and showered her with love and affection and support. It even reached the point where Livia called Nora at home for encouragement and love when she needed it. Recently, I saw Livia, and her first question to me was, "How is Mrs. Chatwin? Have you seen her? Does she still visit children?" She hoped so because of the work that Nora had done with her. Nora was a godsend to Livia and an answer to my prayers. My name is Sunny Stone, and I'm a counselor with the Los Lunas schools. Several years ago, one of our students became a victim of a terrible tragedy. The father shot and killed the mother of this 7-year-old girl and then shot and killed himself. Although the student, Livia, did not witness this event, when she was faced with the reality of it, she was devastated. By request, Nora Chatwin volunteered to mentor this young lady through her time of loss. Nora conversed with her in her native language and showered her with love and support. It even reached the point where Livia called Nora at home when she needed attention and affection. Nora was a godsend to this child. Several weeks ago, I saw Livia, and her first question to me was, "How is Mrs. Chatwin? Have I seen her lately?" She remembered Nora with gratefulness and appreciation for all that Nora did during her time of loss. Nora was a godsend to this child and an answer to my prayers.
So it's on.
Well, Dad, you've said it all, maybe more than once, but I'm sure happy to be a part of this family. Well, Dad, you've said it all, maybe more than once, but I'm sure happy to be a part of this family. 3. Well, Dad, you've said it all, maybe more than once, but I'm sure happy to be a part of this family.
That's good.
We're all delighted. No, back up.
Go ahead.
Okay. We're all delighted what has been accomplished in this family. But you know, maybe we should look at one more thing, just for the sake of the little ones. And that's the principle of agency, the right to choose, or the need to choose. Now, Bishop Rich, he already talked to us about this, that the Lord wouldn't force us, and that's true. We've been taught, now I gotta look at it.
Okay, so you need to start over with that.
Yeah.
Look at it a bit.
We've been taught that one of the reasons that we came to this earth was to be able to choose.
You need to start right.
We're all delighted that, okay, let me start over again.
Yeah, continue.
We're all delighted at what's been accomplished in our family, but you know, maybe we should look at one more thing for the sake of the little ones. It has a lot to do with our lives here on earth, and that is the principle of free agency. Now, Bishop Rich, already talked to us about this, that we would not be forced in any way to live the gospel plan. But we've been taught that that's one of the main reasons we came to this earth, is so that we could choose to live the gospel on our own. Now, Aunt Lula in the old movie talked about this, she quoted Grandpa about the importance of choosing good friends. We're all delighted in what's been accomplished in our family. Let me try that over again. We're all delighted with what's been accomplished in our family, but maybe we need to look at one more thing just for the sake of the little ones. It has to do with agency, or the right to choose and the need to choose. Brother.
Okay. Take 3.
I gotta segment it in 3 parts. We're all delighted with what has been accomplished in our family, but maybe we need to look at one more aspect for the sake of the little ones, and that's the principle of agency, the right and the need to choose. Bishop Rich, he already said this, that we would not be forced. But we know that one of the most important reasons that we came to this earth is so that we could choose to live the gospel on our own. That was a very important part. In the old movie, Aunt Lula quoted Grandpa about the importance of choosing good friends. Okay. We're all delighted at what's been accomplished in our family. We truly are. But maybe there's one more thing that we need to look at for the sake of the little ones, and that's the principle of agency, or the right to choose, the need to choose. Now, Bishop Rich, already spoke to us about this when he said that we would not be forced. But we know that the main reason we were sent to this earth is so that we could choose to live the gospel on our own. Now, in the old movie, Aunt Lula quoted Grandpa about choosing good friends. Okay. You know, there's another part of this choice-making business that gets particularly difficult, and that's when we deal with teenagers. You know, teenagers. You've probably seen the signs that say, hire a 16-year-old because they know it all. Well, that's just the problem. They think they do know it all, and that's where we seem to butt heads. But when you get in this predicament, they seem to be living the gospel. At least you hope that they are, but they always seem to be at odds with us. And we want so badly to have them make correct choices, and sometimes we're tempted to hold those reins too tight. But we have to realize that they have to make their choices. There's another part about choice making that really seems to bug us as parents, and that's when we deal with those creatures that sometimes parents want to eat. They're called teenagers. We seem to butt heads with them. That's why some species eat their young. But it's true. You've probably seen the signs that say, hire a 16-year-old while they still know it all. Well, that's just what it's like. Teenagers seem to always know best. Somehow all the wisdom that we have and all the experience seems to go out the window. They seem to lose brain cells, but anyway, they get through it. Sometimes we wonder if we're doing okay with them. They seem to be living the gospel, or at least we hope they are, but we seem to always butt heads. And it's only natural to want to hold the reins too tight. But we have to realize that, let go a little bit. They've got to make their choices. All right. You know, there's another part of this choice making that causes some trauma in the lives of parents. That's when they have to deal with something called teenagers. You know, some species eat their young, and sometimes I wondered if that would not be a good idea. You've seen the signs that say, hire a 16-year-old before or while they still know it all. Well, that's just what they're like. They always seem to know best. All of a sudden, mom and dad don't know what they're doing. And even though you've taught them the gospel and you hope they're living it, it seems that they're living it, you still seem to be at odds with one another all the time. And at times it's really tempting to hold on to those reins too tight. We have to realize they have to make their own choices, for that was Christ's plan, not Satan's plan. Good choice, Sabin. Right on. Good choice, Sabin. Right on. Good choice, Sabin. You're doing great.
Here.
All right.
The cameraman is the worst one here, trying to catch the details. Did he throw the beer bottle? I didn't see it. That's probably a good one. That wasn't so shaky. I seem to be a little more steady right now. In there?
It does. You're going.
Okay, here we go. And we've got 3 sons on a mission. All of us, 3 grandsons, all of us are trying. One in China, one in Hong Kong. I'm not saying that, but anyway, this won't be heard on the screen, so I told you.
Oh man, you don't know the influence you're going to have on the entire world. You live in this area, but you're...
Forgot Nora. Start over again. Forgot Nora. Oh man.
Oh, I didn't. I was going to have Nora right now.
All right, okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, it's going.
You and Nora, you want me to start again?
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
I interrupted you. Stand.
Oh man, you don't know the influence you and Nora are going to have on this world. You've got a few missionaries out now, and in the future, between your children and grandchildren and the people they convert, your influence will extend throughout every corner of the earth. It's kind of like the saying, you can count the seeds in an apple, but you can't count the apples in a seed.
That's good.
Is that all right?
Good. Wonderful.
Let's
Cut.
see. Let's play back and see.
Well, Grandpa, how about some advice? My mission was a peculiar, strange mission. And I think preparing to go on a mission, I maybe struggled for a little bit, deciding when I should go on a mission. Should I go to school first? Should I get some money first? Should I this? Should I that? And the Spirit really worked on me and decided, you know, I need to go right now. Now's the time that the Lord needs me on a mission. And I was called to the Panama City mission, and a little bit shaky going, but yet very excited. I got there and had the opportunity to serve the Kuna Indians. And my mission taught me to be humble and to love more deeply. I learned to appreciate the Savior and His atonement, and to depend on the Lord for my every blessing, and to work with the Spirit and listen to it, to guide us on our mission, to find those to teach. I learned how to exercise the priesthood and what priesthood is and the power of it. So many things I learned. So many fun experiences. I had a lot of fun on my mission. Tammy told me that if I'm not having fun on my mission, I'm doing something wrong. So I had a lot of fun, and we taught lots, and we had a lot of success, and it was the best time of my life that I wouldn't trade for anything in the world. The most valuable time, the most valuable 2 years, or almost 2 years. I was called home early for another mission. I developed a hernia and had to come home. Kind of bittersweet. But it was fantastic. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Well, for those of us who've gone on missions, I'm sure we can attest that it was the most valuable time of our lives. Mine was no different. I was called to serve in the Panama City mission. And I had a very interesting mission, camping with the Kuna Indians for most of it. I learned a lot during my mission, how to serve the Lord, how to be humble, how to love others more deeply, and appreciate the great atonement of the Savior, and to depend on the Lord for my every blessing, and to really use the Spirit. I learned how to exercise the priesthood and what power it has, and my potential as a child of God. I had lots of fun on my mission. It was the best, most valuable time of my life. I learned so much that I can't say enough about it. Just that all those who are thinking about going on a mission, really pray about it, and you'll receive the Spirit telling you that it's a thing that you need to do.
Me too, Susan. I am really blessed to know that Jason came home from his mission and introduced me to the gospel. It's been a wonderful experience for me and a wonderful journey. I never grew up with any sort of religion in my life, and so having the gospel with me is something that is going to bless just the rest of my entire family and everybody that I come in contact with. Hopefully it will bless all of my children and all of my children's children and all of my grandchildren, and it'll be wonderful for me to have the opportunity to purify a lineage on beyond me. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have this gospel in my life. It is such a blessing. Me too, Susan. I am so grateful and feel so blessed that Jason was able to come home from his mission and introduce me to the gospel. What a blessing it's been in my life, and what a blessing it will be in the lives of our children and those who go on after us. We're so grateful for the opportunity to have the temple in our midst and to have those people who have gone on before us, and for me to be responsible for genealogy and for all of those people that I feel so responsible for. We're so grateful for the gospel. What a blessing it is to those around us.
Out. I think that's perfect, but let's do it once more. We can edit it out. Wait. This is supposed to be on. Did I turn it off? I want it being on. Okay. Okay.
Wallace, viejo, I've been doing this for 57 years. I can't take it any longer.
No, don't say that. Try to do it again. Say Wallace. Right from that point right there, and then come and tap you on the head and say viejo. Okay.
Wallace.
No, do it again. Start walking toward me and say Wallace.
Wallace, viejo, Brent, I've been doing this for 57 years.
No, once more. I've been going through this for 57 years. Not hitting me on the head for 57 years. Been going through this for 57 years. Okay, say Wallace a little closer.
Wallace.
No, louder. Yell at me. Yell at me. Wallace.
Wallace, viejo, I've been doing this for...
Say, you're supposed to be Brent. Brent, I've been doing this for 57 years. Once more, and then if it doesn't come out, we'll let it be how you do it. Wallace, viejo, look to Brent. Brent, I've been doing this for 57 years. I've been going through this for 57 years. Okay?
Wallace, viejo, sorry. Okay, let me try once more. I'm not an actor like you are. No. Wallace, viejo. I'm sorry.
You can't keep from laughing, huh? I mean, don't say wallace like a question. Say wallace like
Okay.
I'm out of patience. Wallace. Brent, I've been going through this for 57 years.
Wallace, viejo, Brent, I've been going through this for 57 years,
Okay, that's good.
but I love him. I love him.
Now that, I'm sorry. I forgot you were going to say, but I love him, so I interrupted you. I can't edit that out. Let's do it once more. Say wallace more emphatically. Angrier. Okay.
Wallace, Wallace.
Oh.
I want to go to bed. Wallace, viejo, I have been going through this for 57 years, Brent. But I love him. I love him.
Okay, that's good. Now, say, are you kidding, Brent? Look over there and say, are you kidding, Brent?
Are you kidding, Brent?
Okay, good. Thank you, ma'am. That does it.
Oh,
Thank you. I'm sorry.
yeah, I'm taking a
Brent, I sure would like to put that movie back together again. There was a great deal of family involvement, and there was a lot of tender moments in it. You're a professional at movie making. Would you help me put it back together, please? But I'm a computer idiot. Second take. Brent, I'd sure like to put that movie back together again. There was a great deal of family involvement, a lot of tender moments in it. You're a movie specialist, shall we say. You're a professional at it. Would you help me put it back together? But I'm a computer idiot. You know, a whole decade has passed since that last movie, and a lot of good things have happened in this family, and we can be thankful to the Lord for them. There have been missions served, a lot of church and community service. Chastity and purity is evident among all of you. Temple marriages abound. Yes, thanks to the Lord, because He set it up. He formed the foundation. We're so proud of all of you and for your obedience and your willingness to keep His commandments. And we'd like to recognize all this and take a look at some of the things that made it happen. We'd like to show you, our younger ones, some of the things that will help you stay true. We love you so much, and we're proud of you. You know, more than a decade has passed since that last movie, and a lot of things of good things have happened in this family. You know, take three, I guess. You know, more than a decade has passed since that last movie, and a lot of good things have happened in this family, and we can be thankful to the Lord for it. There's been mission served, a lot of church and community service. Chastity and purity is evident among all of you. Temple marriages abound. Yes, thanks to the Lord, because He set it up. He formed the foundation. We're so proud of all of you for your obedience and willingness and to your willingness to obey His commandments. Take 4. You know, there's take 4, second try. You know, more than a decade has passed since that last movie. A lot of good things have happened in this family, and we're thankful to the Lord for them. They've been mission served, a lot of church and community service. Purity is evident, chastity among all of you. Temple marriages abound. Yes, thanks to the Lord, because He set it up. He formed the foundation. And we're so proud of all of you for your obedience and your willingness to obey His commandments. We'd like to recognize all that and take a look at some of the things that made it happen. We'd like to show you, our younger ones, some of the things that will help you stay true. We love you so much, and we're proud of you. Well, first we're going back to Book of Mormon times, 600 years before the Savior was born. We read in the Book of Mormon that the Lord told Lehi to get out of Jerusalem, that He was going to destroy Jerusalem, and then He would lead them to a promised land. Well, Lehi got right to it. Okay, take 2. Well, first we're going to take it back to Book of Mormon times, to 600 years before Christ. We read that the Lord told Lehi to get out of Jerusalem, that He was going to destroy Jerusalem, and then He would lead them to a promised land. Well, Lehi got right to it. This is about, what, take 3, I think? I set the pointer on the computer in the wrong place. Okay, here we go. Well, first we're going to take us back to Book of Mormon times, to 600 years before Christ. The Lord, we read in the Book of Mormon that the Lord told Lehi to take his family and get out of Jerusalem. He was going to destroy Jerusalem, and that He would take them, He would lead them to a promised land. Well, Lehi got right to it, and he sought the quickest way out. Oh, he got it right away. What happened, Lehi? Uh-oh, he forgot the family. Well, go back and get them, Lehi. Well, first we're going to go back to Book of Mormon times, back 600 years before Christ was born. And we read in the Book of Mormon that the Lord told Lehi to take his family and get out of Jerusalem, that He was going to destroy it. And He told Lehi that He would take them to a promised land. Let's start over again. Well, first we're going to take us back to Book of Mormon times, to 600 years before Christ was born. This will be about the third take, I guess, on this last time. Well, first we're going back to Book of Mormon times, to 600 years before Christ was born. And we read in the Book of Mormon that the Lord told Lehi to get out of Jerusalem. He was going to destroy it. And He would lead Lehi and his family to a promised land. So faithful Lehi, he got right to it. He sought the quickest way out. Oh, he got it right away. What? What happened, Lehigh? Oh, he forgot the family. Go back and get them, Lehigh. Darn, you know, my grandson Kevin showed me on his computer how to make a movie. And I guess I pushed the wrong key and brought up the wrong file. Or maybe it was my son Kevin, you know how he is. Or more likely his son Ryan. Ryan, you stinker, you. It is, even now, sort of, Brent. What's the most important thing that Lehi did when the Lord commanded? Because of his faith, he obeyed. Yeah, in his excitement, he momentarily forgot the family, but he went right back after them and got them. We know that the family is a central part of the plan of salvation. So there's obedience and the family. Two important things. Okay, so we try this once more. It is even now, sort of, Brent. What's the best thing that Lehi did when the Lord commanded? Because of his faith, he obeyed. Yes, in his excitement, he momentarily forgot the family, but he went back and got them. And we know that the family is one of the most central parts of the plan of salvation. So there's obedience and the family. Important. Oh yes, but you know, it took a while the day we got married. She had to get her hair done. And as poor as we both were, we had to do it on the cheap. So she got her sisters and her cousins and involved, and they didn't quite have the concept of a temple hairdo. Actually, I've got that all figured out. Oh no, Steve. Steve, are you all right? Did it hurt? Oh, he's okay. Now, for instance, dear jewel grandchildren, gotta start this over once I turn off the volume. Okay, now for instance, dear jewel grandchildren, this grandmother of yours, do you really know her? Sure, you love her and she loves you very much. It's a special love and you feel it. But do you know why? Remember that part of her patriarchal blessing? Wow, what a greater quality of our Heavenly Mother can you think of than nothing but pure love. Yes, your grandmother loves you. And you love her, of course. And she loves the Lord and His gospel. And she served Him well. Did you know that she's been a primary teacher, a primary president, a junior Sunday school coordinator, a den mother, all 27 years straight. And she was a Relief Society president for a while too. She spread her love in every calling that she had. And that's not all. The state gave her a call in the genealogy extraction program where she would spend an average of 2 hours a day cleaning from the records of the church that had gathered from all of South America. This is information that could be used for temple work. It took an intense closeness to the Spirit to interpret some of it. This was a 2-year calling, but she stayed 7 years at it and didn't want to quit. The only thing that broke the spell is when they moved here to Bosque Farms. Of course,
with all of that, she had 6 kids to raise, and that sometimes wasn't easy. She'd been faithful servant to all, a faithful servant to all, and to the Lord. And we're telling you all this, that it was for your benefit and blessing. And why? Well, stay tuned, there's more. What do you Jewel grandkids think of all this? What about you, Megan? Megan is silently shy, but she sure is sweet. What kind of a smile do you call that, Ethan? Ryan, does what we have said about Grandma's love help you know? You already know, don't you? I love her too, and I'm sure glad the Lord led her to me. Remember, I guess said a minute ago that there was more, or that, yes, well, the next part will show you that your grandmother had a mission to perform for the Lord, and He put us both together to accomplish that. We're going to look at parts of the of patriarchal blessings of your parents and grandparents to some of you, and see what you think. Okay, we'll roll the next one here. So you see your parents and some of you, your grandparents, are very special too. They love you and they've done all they can to provide help for you to live the gospel, and even their example shows that you can be happy at it. And yes, we mustn't overlook the wisdom of those who have want to start this one over again. So you see your parents, and some of you, that your grandparents are very special too. They love you and they've done all they can to help you live the gospel and show you by their example that you can be happy at it. And yes, we mustn't overlook the wisdom and devotion of all those who've married into the family. They're special too. And I think that the Lord led us all together to complete His plan. His plan in raising all of you to be great leaders. You hear that, Brendan? With all your energy, you can be a real servant to our Father in heaven. And just look at this list. Talking about servants, just look. Yes, our 2 sons also served, but note that all of you grandsons who reached the age, even Tammy, have served a mission. The rest of you girls got married, and that's a mission in itself. They're going to be there.
Okay, be still.
Can you catch it down to the, just the... Take you, and I'll come a little bit late in time for the sacrament.
That's not important.
What
Sacrament is.
Wait.
Remember, Wally, in the old movie you said, or we said that we didn't want you preaching. But you're doing just that.
Well, I just want them to know that the gospel is true and that by living it we'll be together in the celestial kingdom.
Well, you said it, now let it go and go forward and do something else. That's not the right. Getting started.
Besides, we also want to illustrate.
Besides, we also wanted to illustrate that our marriage was made in heaven.
Start over again.
And besides,
And then we say, wait, and the details.
we want to illustrate that our marriage began in heaven.
Start over again. That was an interruption.
Besides, we wanted to illustrate that our marriage was made in heaven. And the details, we don't know. You just have to use your imagination. Besides, we wanted to illustrate that our marriage began in heaven.
Start over again. The details we don't know.
Besides, we just wanted to illustrate that our marriage began in heaven. The details, we don't know. You'll just have to use your imagination.